Hello, and welcome to Miss Hope's Reading Hour. So, as you can see, we are somewhere different. We are outside, we are in the backyard. That's where we are. So, my friends, how is your Saturday? Your Saturday of the July 4th weekend. So happy to be here with you this afternoon. So I would have come on exactly at 12:30, but sitting here, I thought that Miss Hope was going to be able to tough it out and not spray herself down with with off spray, but the mosquitoes always since I was really little seem to really love Miss Hope. So I was like, oh no. Mm-mm-mm-mm. We got to spray ourselves down, okay? So I had to run, with off, spray myself down, and now I'm here with you all. So yesterday, sorry I could not come on for Fabulous Friday. Oh, it just seems like so much is going on right now, okay? And as soon as I thought I was going to be able to get on, I was not. And I was like, dang it, I don't want to keep putting it off for my friends. So now that you heard that, do realize we're outside. And sometimes there could be, hello, Miss Brandy. Hello, boys. There could be some noises because it's near the July 4th weekend. People might be barbecuing or um, fireworks might be going off, even though it's only 12:37 here in Philadelphia. Okay. Um, and a car might drive by. Things like that might happen, but we still got books, friends. And the two books that we are reading came in our new shipment. Okay. So I'm excited to share them with you today because, even though hopefully you're going to a barbecue, seeing some of your family, some of your friends, everyone's being safe. Remember, make sure you're still washing those hands. You're still dabbing when you cough, okay? And that in the cases where you need to, that you will continue wearing your mask. Why? Because you're doing it to keep everybody safe, friends. Because you need to be safe. I need to be safe. We all need to be safe, okay? So that is what we are doing, and hopefully you will be able to go out and have fun and be out in your backyard or hanging out with your friends on your porch and your family, having some good ribs or burgers or hot dogs, something like that, or maybe going to the beach. So, one of our books today will be talking about being at the beach, and one of our books will be talking about how sometimes during different holidays, just because we have an idea about how everybody celebrates a holiday, they might not all celebrate it the same way. Okay? So, we're going to be reading about that as well. And of course, I know it's the weekend, but we still have to get into these unteachables. Okay. So sorry if I'm looking around. Sometimes I'm like, okay, let's make sure nothing's chomping on me. Okay. Now, so thank you so much. I don't know if I did this, but I'll do it again. Thank you so much to those of you who donated during the time when Miss Hope like completely ran out of books. Okay. Um, of course, it's a beautiful day today. Would you have wanted Miss Hope to read about the snow and Christmas? Those are kind of the only books I had. So could not read about that. And outside of those books, I didn't have any other books to read. So thank you so much to the generous donors who did donate. And if you would like to donate, my parent friends, teacher friends, parent teacher friends, adults of all ages, and young ones, if you want to, if you would like to donate, all of that information is right down here in the ticker, my friends, right down here in the ticker. So if you want to donate, easiest way to donate is via Cash App. The Cash App handle is the $ Hope GM, HOPEGM, all one word, all lowercase. Or you can send digital, gift cards through our email address. You can send them that way. Or if you want to just send me some books or bring me some books, email me and let me know, okay? Send me a message via Facebook or email me, and I can give you all the information to do that. All right. Now, my friends, let us get to books. So, one of our books today is called Smug Seagull. Nobody swipes snacks like me. We will see. Smug Seagull. This book is by Maddie Frost. Smug Seagull. So we'll find out about Mr. Smug Seagull and if he actually is the best snack swiper. Might not be. All right. And this one, I was really interested when I saw this, when I was looking for books. And I read through it. And I'm glad I'm getting to share it with you. It's called Apple Pie 4th of July. This book is by Jeanette S. Wong. Pictures by Caldecott Honor winner Margaret Chodos Irvine. Apple Pie 4th of July. So that's one of those medals I keep telling you guys about that you can get even now if you write a book and it's awesome and you think it's amazing. You can get one of those literary medals. And for being an illustrator, that is what it's called when you draw pictures for books. You are an illustrator, okay? And of course, my friends, these Unteachables. We're finding out a lot about people now. We found out about Barnstorm last time we read. Let's see what else we find out today. All right, let us get to our first book. Smug Seagull. If you're going to the beach today, you got to watch out for these guys. But they might not be the best swipers. Let's see if they actually are. So, the dust jacket and the book do not look the same. Look at all those snacks. Those are snacks that Mr. Seagull is thinking of swiping, right? All right. Let me just this so we can get to reading this awesome book. Smug Seagull by Maddie Frost. And this is, let's see who published this book. This is a Little Brown and Company book. I'm going to make sure you can see the picture. Swipe. Have you ever been to the beach and had that happen to you? I have. Get a good look, because I just so happen to be the best snack swiper from shore to shore. That's a fact. Being the best means I got guts. I strike while the sun is hot, if you know what I'm saying. Look at him. Getting those snacks. Are you keeping up? Because I'm just getting started. Swipe, 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 swipe. Man, he took some sushi, took some pretzels, some grapes, took someone's tacos. Walk with me. Talk with me. Being the best is a big deal. I got my name in lights. I got my name in the sky. You see the sign that says, "Do not feed the seagulls"? People come from miles away to capture my beauty. The fans go crazy when I'm around. You see? Yeah, I guess those sea lions would go crazy because they're like, we don't want you taking our fish, man. I even have my own signature dance move. Cha cha cha. With one of these. Hop one time. All in the core. Time to bring it home and splat. Scurry, 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 scurry. Oh, who is that right there? And he's got a French fry. Say, short stuff. That's one scrumptious looking French fry you got there. Ooh, that looks kind of tasty, friend. Mind if I have a whoosh? Give me a whoosh. Let me take a flap, flap, flap. Hey, look, a rainbow. So oh, there we go. I was like, oh no. So this is our first time trying this outside, friends. So the connection got a little lost, but here we are. He got the fry away from the little crab. Oh boy. Pop. Swipe. Ha ha ha. You won't get me. You might have that beak, but I got my claws. All right, listen up, short stuff. Nobody, I mean nobody swipes from me. You don't know who I am. Don't you know who I am? Didn't you read my sign? Well, pal, I just so happen to be the underwater. Oh, no, you don't. All right, we've got ourselves a situation. A big I don't think so. Now it's time to get serious. Oh, he's like, I'm gonna get that French fry now. French fry belongs to me, even though it was yours. Plunge. He is determined to get that French fry from Lil Crab. The jellyfish won't let him get around the crab. Sand. I love you, Sand. I mean, I got a cramp in my wing, see? And I stubbed my toe, see? So I'll just swipe myself another snack. Yeah, because I can swipe anything I feel like. No doubt about it. Oh, is it so easy? Swoosh, spritz, swish. Oof. Oh, they're not having it anymore. They're like, get away from me, seagull. Not taking my snacks. I, I, I've lost my swipe. Oh no, not the best swiper. Oh, come on, pages. I've lost my swipe to a crab. Oh, he's upset. This is the end. Goodbye, signs. Goodbye, fans. Goodbye, special lookout tower handcrafted just for me. I'll have to move to a lake and eat soggy breadcrumbs with ducks. Do you think he's being dramatic much? I don't want to hang out with ducks. Well, if it isn't Mr. Fancy Legs, you've got a lot of nerve coming around my neck of the beach. And another thing. A tiny human. Oh, he's scared of tiny humans. Back away. Slowly. They can be very unpredictable. If this thing comes any closer, get ready to... Get ready to what? Get ready to run! Hi. Hi, Krabby. Would you like a cheese puff? Here you go. And Mr. Krabby is there to take the cheese puff. With many thanks. Bye-bye, nice Krabby. Short stuff, you're a genius. Maybe it doesn't take swiping after all. Let's see what he tries now. Hi. Could we please have some? Thanks. Nice sandcastle. If you don't want the crust, we'll be right here. We like lying on our bellies too. And crackers. You know, you got guts, little pal. Is it all right if I call you little pal? With your charm and my one-of-a-kind good looks, we make a great team. Maybe even the best. So just stick with me and you'll go places. No doubt about it. Time to turn on that charm, little pal. They're bursting out the marshmallows. The end. Well, Mr. Ooh, I got one little bite that I got before I sprayed myself down. It itches. Well, Mr. Smug Seagull, maybe it doesn't take all of that swiping after all. Maybe all you got to do is ask and want to share, okay? So let that be a lesson to all the little seagulls and the little humans and us big humans. Sometimes it doesn't take being crafty to get something from somebody. Sometimes it just takes being nice and asking if someone would like to share. And 9 times out of 10, most people will be willing to share. And Mr. Seagull, if you're not swiping, you don't have to be afraid of little humans. Okay? I like that story. That was a good one. But if you are going to the beach today, make sure that you watch out for the smug seagulls, okay? Because even though this seagull learned a lesson, the rest of them need to learn it. So they'll come and they'll try to swipe down and get your little food. So make sure it's covered up and that you're not taunting them with your food, because not just one is going to come, a whole bunch of them. So be careful out there on the beach, all right? But have fun. All right, our next book, Apple Pie 4th of July by Janet S. Wong. And this is a Voyager Books book, Harcourt Incorporated. All right, got to bend this one a little bit. 7 days a week, 52 weeks, 364 days a year, and 365 in a leap year, our store is open. Christmas is the only day we close. Even on Thanksgiving, we open the store. Even on New Year's Day. Even the 4th of July. Oh, and she does not look happy that the store is open. Let's find out why. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, just a second, guys. Just a second. Gotta pull my shirt down. Make sure I don't get bit in the back, you know? I hear the parade coming this way. Boom, boom, boom. I smell apple pie in Laura's oven upstairs. And chow mein in our kitchen. Chow mein? Chinese food on the 4th of July? No one wants Chinese food on the 4th of July, I say. Fireworks are Chinese, Father says, and hands me a pan full of sweet and sour pork. I hear the parade. Boom, boom, boom. I hear the parade passing by. Noon, and customers come for soda and chips. $1 and they buy ice cream. $2, the egg rolls are getting hard. $3, ice and matches. $4, and the noodles feel like shoelaces. No one wants Chinese food on the 4th of July, I say. Mother piles noodles on my plate. My parents do not understand all American things. They were not born here. Even though my father has lived here since he was 12, even though my mother loves apple pie, I cannot expect them to know Americans do not eat Chinese food on the 4th of July. So I straighten the milk and the videos and sample a few new candy bars until 5 o'clock, when 2 hungry customers walk inside for some Chinese food to go. I tell them no one came, so we ate it all up ourselves. But they smell food in the kitchen now. And mother walks through the swinging door holding a tray of chicken chow mein. And father follows her step for step with a brand new pan of sweet and sour pork. And three more people get in line. 11 more at 6 o'clock, 9 at 7, 12 at 8. More and more and more and more. Until it's time to close the store. Time to climb to our rooftop chairs, way up high, beyond the crowd, where we sit and watch the fireworks show. One of my favorite things to watch on the 4th of July. And eat our apple pie. The end. And I like this picture at the end. This little girl and her friends have their own parade for the 4th of July. I like this book. I'm glad I bought it because, usually here, we don't think about how other people view the 4th of July. Of course, I was born here, and our young one here was born here, but we don't think about how people of other cultures think about the 4th of July, especially if they're born in America. They're like, no one wants that stuff on the 4th of July. They're only thinking of American things. But the great lesson of this book is, even though it's from another culture, somewhere else around the world, that chicken chow mein and that sweet and sour pork, that is American, because America is a melting pot of different cultures, and everyone's culture makes it important to the American story. So people obviously do want egg rolls and noodles and chow mein and sweet and sour pork. So know that your culture is valued too, because without it, this would not be the America we have today. Okay? So this is a very good book. I love this book. And for anyone who has like I lost what I was going to say, who is from another country, or there's an American parent and another parent who's from somewhere else, this would be a great book, because sometimes you never know what kids are thinking. They may think nobody wants this type of stuff during 4th of July, but you never know. Someone might. And after the parade, those Americans that you think don't want Chinese food, that could be the one thing that you're like, I can't wait until the parade is over. I'm going to get my chicken chow mein and my egg rolls and my sweet and sour pork. But all of your foods and your culture are important to the American story. Love, love, love this book. So glad I bought it. And I'm glad I got to share it with you all. Now, my friends, you know where we're at. You know where we are. We have to talk about these unteachables. Okay. So we are in, what chapter are we in? I think we're in chapter 12. That's right. So we read through chapter 11, and let's see. Oh, yes. How could I forget? So they were talking about finding out that all those vuvuzelas had come to the school for Spirit Week. And of course, Mr. Kermit cannot stand the vuvuzelas because of the noise. So, um, Parker, when he came late because of whatever happened with his gram, because he wasn't there on time, and his gram started wandering the street because she has dementia, and so he had to park the truck, act like he just ran into her and was like, "Oh, Graham, here goes the truck. I'll go ahead and take you to the senior center." And so she finally got into the truck, but he was late to school, and good thing he was, because he saw the boxes and boxes and boxes of those loud vuvuzelas that the principal had ordered for Spirit Week, of which the unteachables are not welcome to come to, which is completely unfair. So they came to the class. Well, Parker came to the class, everyone was there, but Mr. Kermit was late, which, according to them, he is notoriously late for school. And they were like, "Well, what are we going to do? It's so unfair to have those vuvuzelas that they know that Mr. Kermit hates, and he hates the noise. And they can't make us have Spirit for Spirit Week. That's just something you have, not something that you do just because the principal said so." So they came up with a plan that they will take the vuvuzelas from the shipping dock at the school, okay, where they get all the packages, and they are going to hide them down by the river. But we don't know exactly how that's going to go. They had to create a diversion, and Elaine's idea was to step on Barnstorm's foot, and the custodian came running. So they got him away from the shipping dock. And now they have a possible opening for getting those vuvuzelas and putting them in Parker's truck. So that is where we are in chapter 12 of The Unteachables. All right. All right. We race into the loading bay. "Oh, gross," Raheem complains. "What's gross?" I asked. He points. "It says it on the boxes. They're gross." Kiana throws up her hands in exasperation. "That's not gross. That's one gross. It means there's 144 vuvuzelas in each carton. That makes," Mateo does the calculation in his head, 1,008. "I thought we were only getting 1,000. It really seems to bother him." "Never mind that. I'll go for the truck." I scramble out of the loading bay and jump the 3 feet down to the pavement. I sprint for the parking lot and leap into the pickup. It takes all the restraint I can muster to keep from stomping on the gas. The last thing we need is for my squealing tires to attract the attention of every adult in the school. Suddenly, my perforated muffler doesn't seem like such a great asset either. It may sound cool, but we're trying for stealth here. I get out and scramble onto the platform to help with the loading. You know all that stuff about vuvuzelas being light? Well, that goes out the window when you're lifting a box with 144 of them. On the plus side, we've got Elaine, who could lift the load and the loading bay with it, and maybe the truck too. Kiana and Mateo pile in beside me, but Aldo and Raheem and Elaine have to jog alongside the pickup. I pull around the side of the school and then jump over the curb and start driving slowly along the grass. I glance at the rearview mirror and I see Elaine flashing me a thumbs up. I normally try to have as little interaction with her as possible, but right now the gesture gives me heart because I'm pretty scared at this point. Are we crazy? Probably, but that's not the part that bothers me. My main worry is that none of this is covered by my provisional license. And if it gets revoked, who's going to pick up Grams every morning and drive her to the senior center? Chapter 13, Mr. Kermit. No one can stop the passage of time. I've tried. It can't be done. Case in point, every year in early October, Spirit Week comes along. It's like death and taxes. Actually, my 106-year-old grandfather is doing a better job of putting off death than I am at avoiding Spirit Week. There's only one word for it: inevitable. At the sight of the truck from Oriental Trading, I head for the faculty lounge, fill the toilet bowl with coffee, and sit in a dark corner, steeling myself for what's ahead. My fellow teachers cast sympathetic glances in my general direction, but no one approaches me directly. They know there's nothing they can say. Already, those South African air horns from Hades have begun to sound in the halls. Once the mother lode is passed out, the noise will be beyond imagination. When the cacophony starts, I resolve to close my eyes and dream of June, of early retirement, of another life beyond these walls. I'll unwind, relax, maybe travel, avoid South Africa, of course, and any other countries where vuvuzelas are part of the local culture. That's the only thing with half a chance of getting me through this. The thought that this Spirit Week, awful as it is, will be my last. I arrive at room 117 to find it empty. For a fleeting instant, I toy with the possibility that my dreams have come true and every single one of my students is absent on the same day. Maybe they all gave each other mono. That would mean I could miss Spirit Week altogether. The intercom interrupts that pleasant thought. Mr. Kermit, it's Bonnie Fox in the nurse's office. I've got Bernard Anderson here with me. The name doesn't ring a bell. Bernard? You know, the boy they call Barnstorm? Someone stepped on his foot, and when I asked for a name, he clammed up. I'm worried that there might be some kind of bullying involved. I almost ask if the others are there with him, but I keep my mouth shut. On the off chance that it's true, she might send them all back. He's already got crutches, but that seems to be unrelated, the nurse goes on. I've iced the foot, but Bernard refuses to let me call his parents. He says he doesn't want to miss anything. Spirit Week, I mutter. Even students who are deliberately excluded still find something irresistible about this three-ring circus. Into the intercom, I add, well, thanks for letting me know. Please don't feel you have to send him back to class anytime soon. Take your time. We don't want to risk injury. I break the connection. One mystery solved, 6 to go. Except it is really a mystery. Is it really a mystery if you don't care? Just the fact that they're absent is enough for me. At that moment, the PA system crackles to life. Your attention, please. It's Principal Vargas. Her voice seems higher pitched than usual and a little shrill, like she's under stress. 7 large cartons are missing from the loading bay. That's all the vuvuzelas for Spirit Week. Perhaps somebody thinks this is a joke. I assure you that it isn't. This is stealing, pure and simple. If the school doesn't get its property back immediately, we'll turn the matter over to the police. I sat down at my desk and opened the paper to the crossword puzzle. Would you have believed that Spirit Week could start out on such a hopeful note? First, no students. Next, no vuvuzelas. How could it be better, Superintendent Thaddeus being abducted by aliens? I frowned. Missing students. Missing vuvuzelas. Miss Fountain bursts in from next door. At the sight of the empty desks, she exclaims, Mr. Kermit, where are your students? I shoot her a coy look. Shh, you jinx it. But, totally flustered, she rushes across the room and yanks up the Venetian blinds. An appalling sight meets her eyes. A pickup truck is jouncing across the schoolyard. Not just any truck, Parker's truck. The payload is piled high with boxes. Parker is at the wheel, his face and shoulders crowded up against the driver's side window by the rest of the missing unteachables. 3 more jog alongside the pickup truck. Oh, man. They hate me, I exclaim. Of course they don't hate you, Miss Fountain shoots back. Why would you say such a thing? They know how much I can't stand vuvuzelas. They're cornering the market so they can torture me forever. Come on, she grabs my arm and literally drags me to the nearest exit. We've got to stop them before this becomes a police matter and the children end up in trouble. Out on the lawn, she runs after them. So I run too. I haven't run in 15 years, and I'm not good at it. 6 steps in, I'm out of breath. Gasping and wheezing, struggling to keep up. I reflect once again on how Emma Fountain is like her mother. In the middle of a crisis, her number one concern is that the children shouldn't get in trouble. Why not? Trouble was invented for juvenile delinquents who do things like this. Fiona was the same way. And her one-time fiancé used to be just as naive. Until a certain 7th grader named Jake Terranova showed me how the real world worked. A glance over my shoulder reveals that Emma and I aren't the only ones chasing the runaway unteachables. It looks like half the faculty is racing across the grass, running full tilt. Christina Vargas is in the lead. But wait, who's that inching ahead of her? Oh no, it's Dr. Thaddeus. The superintendent's face is bright red and he's sweating all over his hand-tailored silk suit. Not far behind the leaders is Barnstorm, thumping, swinging skillfully on his crutches. The kid really is a great athlete. He has no problem keeping ahead of Nurse Fox and the custodial staff. Even a couple of lunch ladies have joined the stampede. Up ahead, the pickup stops in a spray of dirt and grass. The unteachables set about unloading the big boxes, yanking them out of the payload. What's that noise? Emma tosses over her shoulder. I hear it too. A low hissing rumble. The Greenwich River. The students have the boxes ripped open and lined up along the riverbank as if they're planning to... The truth hits me like a cannonball to the stomach, knocking the wind out of me. Or maybe it just feels that way because I have so little wind left. They're not stealing the vuvuzelas. They're going to dump them. I resolved long ago never again to waste any brain activity wondering what makes a bunch of rotten kids do what they do. But this is something that can't be ignored. Hijack a shipment of vuvuzelas only to throw them away? Why? Aldo's voice reaches from the riverbank. It's Ribbit! What happens next might be the strangest part of an already bizarre episode. The Unteachables, caught red-handed in the middle of a ridiculous crime, all start cheering. What choice do I have but to try to get to the bottom of this? I charge up to the group. Has everybody gone crazy? I demand, panting from the long sprint. What could possibly be the point of... That's all the breath I have left. I double over, clutching my thighs, gasping. We did it, Mr. K, Parker crows. We got the vuvuzelas. All 1,000 of them. 1,008, Mateo corrects. At this point, it's just babble. I saw the shipment in the loading bay. Elaine created a distraction on Barnstorm's foot. We got the idea from the Grinch. I throw my arms around a carton and pick it up, nearly rupturing a disc in the process. Who knew that a box of light plastic horns could be so heavy? It's a titanic struggle to get it up onto my shoulder. We're taking these back to school right now, I exclaim, voice strained. Honestly, what were you kids thinking? Kiana regards me earnestly. We know how you feel about Spirit Week, Mr. Kermit. We took the vuvuzelas because you hate them so much. The bulky carton freezes on its unsteady perch on my shoulder. The thought knifes me through my oxygen-starved brain. They're doing this for me. Kermit roars in... Excuse me, let's say that right. Kermit roars an enraged Dr. Thaddeus. Control your students. I barely hear him. The flood of emotions brings me back decades, to a time before Jake Terranova and the cheating scandal. Back when I was Emma's age, and I'd step into the classroom every morning with high hopes of shaping young minds. The mere memory of the teacher I used to be causes my posture to straighten. And that might explain why a big giant box of vuvuzelas overbalances. I cry in alarm as the carton tips over, taking me with it. As I fall, 144 Go-Go Golden Eagle vuvuzelas drop out of the container and into the water. I'm only a split second behind them, plunging headfirst into the river in a not-too-graceful reverse swan dive. The cold water delivers a shock to my nervous system, starting my heart beating triple time. Shivering, I break the surface just in time to see my students scrambling, tumbling, jumping, and belly flopping to my rescue. Even Barnstorm joins the mission, flinging aside his crutches, hurling himself into the drink. In the process, the kids manage to overturn the other boxes and kick most of the remainder of the shipment into the river with them. It's a moment that's definitely not covered in a teacher's college. Standing with your entire class in chest-high water, while 1,008 bobbing vuvuzelas drift off downstream. Elaine has Mateo by the collar to keep him from sailing away with the noisemakers. Of all the miserable things that have happened to me during Spirit Week over the years, this ranks about 6th. Chapter 14, Dr. Thaddeus. Hijacked horns scuttle Spirit celebration. The Greenwich Telegraph local newspaper, by Martin Landsman, staff reporter. Greenwich Middle School's annual Spirit Week was a disappointment this year after a prank gone awry dropped a shipment of traditional vuvuzelas into the river. Although more than half the noisemakers were eventually recovered, there was little enthusiasm at the school for blowing them. "I'm not putting my mouth on those things," one student commented. "You know, fish go to the bathroom in that water." District officials are not revealing the names of the perpetrators of the prank, saying only that they had been appropriately reprimanded and their teacher is a veteran educator. But the Telegraph has learned that the teacher in question is Mr. Zachary Kermit, who is still remembered for his involvement in the 1992 cheating scandal that remains a serious black eye for the Greenwich schools. Christina Vargas finishes reading the article and slides it back across my desk. "Surely you're not still angry at Zachary Kermit for what happened 27 years ago." Oh, wait a minute. Oh, why shouldn't I be? I asked irritably. The whole town remembers the scandal. The fact that it came up in this story proves that. The principal shrugs. "You know as well as I do that the real culprit was Jake Terranova. He was the one who got his hands on a stolen exam and went into business selling it to his classmates. He may have been only 12 at the time, but he was the same wheeler dealer that he is today with his car business. All Zachary was guilty of was being fooled like everybody else, like me for one, and you." I grimace. Superintendent is a powerful job, but a lonely one as well. When big decisions have to be made, there's no higher authority to appeal to. You are the law. Christina's right that in 1992, Zachary Kermit knew nothing about what the Terranova kid was up to. But when you're the big boss, you don't have the luxury of considering things like that. All that matters is optics. How does it look? In 1992, it looked very bad. And if the mere mention of Zachary Kermit's name reopens that old wound in a newspaper article written by a reporter who probably wasn't even born in 1992, then the optics haven't gotten any better. An elephant never forgets. The people of Greenwich have memories that are longer still. The district wasn't exactly supportive when the cheating scandal was going on, the principal adds. You can't fault Zachary for feeling abandoned. No wonder he got so burned out. "And what about this latest incident?" I probe. "That wasn't Zachary's fault either," she offers. We gave him the unteachables. What did you expect? I expect him to control 7 kids. Is that so unreasonable? I knew he wasn't going to turn them into future presidents or even into solid citizens, but to keep them from Grand Theft Vuvuzela, is that too much to ask? I have her there. Not even the most sympathetic principal can condone the kind of stealing, disruption, and destruction of property that transpired on Monday. And look what happened when he tried to stop them. I go on pressing my advantage. They all ended up in the river. I just got off the phone with our insurance company. They had a few choice words to say about that, I'll assure you. She sighs wanly. I like Zachary. We started out in teaching together. He was brilliant and dedicated. What happened in 1992 destroyed his confidence. We should have stepped up to make sure he didn't blame himself. Instead, all we cared about was making sure we were covered when the newspapers got hold of the story. It ruined Zachary's career. Well, my friends, we will end there, okay? So, Miss Hope's reading hour outside. this was pretty awesome. So I think that depending on the weather, we might try this again on Marvelous Monday. This was pretty nice. I'm glad I got to be out here for this short amount of time with you all. So I am hoping that you all have a wonderful July 4th Independence Day weekend, that you have fun with your family and your friends, that you stay safe, that you make sure to wash your hands, wear your masks where you need to, make sure you dab with the coughing and the sneezing. And while you're out here, make sure you spray yourself with some off. Make sure you take your allergy meds if you need them, because when I go in to get back to my homework, I'm probably going to need that later on today. Um, but I just hope that you have a great time and that you are safe and have fun. If you are going to use fireworks, make sure that you are being safe. Don't put them close to your face. Don't aim them at other people. And be considerate and respectful of your neighbors who, they might have to go to work tomorrow or tonight. And, the big boom, boom, boom all night might not be the best thing. But just as long as you're having fun and you're being safe and you're being considerate of other people, it's going to be a great July 4th weekend. So I look forward to seeing you all once again on Marvelous Monday. We might be out here, okay? Until then, my friends, I'm so glad I got to spend this time with you. Now, it's back to homework for Miss Hope. But I will see you on our Marvelous Monday broadcast. Until then,